DIY. Welcome to tonight's segment. We have Kelly McClintock here.
Yes. Hi. Hi.
See the money won't stay for your meal, getting all the piece of pie for your wife. Everybody wanna know how it feels. Everybody wanna see what it's like. Living in a big house, I don't mind. Me and this is the one the best of making money. Alright. Greenback Boogie.
So, Kelly, what is your favourite social media platform?
My favourite social media platform is Instagram.
Was that your first ever?
It wasn't my first. My first was Bebo.
Can you tell them what Bebo was? I don't
Bebo,
even think they would know what
I can't even
Bebo is.
remember what Bebo was, but I knew that you had another half, and I knew that
Wasn't it a bit like MySpace? Do you remember that? MySpace?
it was MySpace. Bebo. MySpace was a little bit more bougie for like the artists, like music and stuff.
Just
like
like
that.
me, you know.
And then Bebo was for the 12s,
Like you.
like me at the time.
Do you still have your Bebo
Rest in
account?
peace.
If I search, does Bebo still exist?
I don't think so.
Let's have a look. Kelly McClintock.
Please don't.
So when you use Instagram, have you ever found yourself like trying to find social validation?
I think that if I said no, I'd be lying. At the moment, it's a no, but have I? Yes. I don't know, it's a bit of a rush, like when you take a photo or something, or you post a photo of yourself. One, it's a rush, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just sticking a photo out of myself. Will people like it? And then when people do, and they give you that validation, you're like, oh yeah.
Like, how have you navigated that?
Yeah.
Are there things you've put in place so you don't fall into that trap of like every time you post a photo, it's like, are people gonna like it?
I think it's an awareness that it is like a real like thing, and I guess people have talked about it a lot,
Yeah.
so it's in the back of my mind. Or you get challenged by somebody saying something,
Yeah.
or you hear somebody speaking about encouraging people not to get caught up in the likes and stuff like that. So I think over time, yeah, like I've been able to identify it and think, oh, like stop myself from getting in that negative or like validation seeking, like why am I posting this, or like what's the motive behind this kind of.
Well, heaps of your work is with social media.
It is.
So we're gonna tell everyone what your job is just in case they don't know.
So I work for Inspire Church, and I create content for their social media and for just general events and stuff. Yeah, so 99.9% of my job is social media.
Yeah. So obviously you have to like, because it's your job, you get heaps of feedback and things like that. How do you navigate so you don't get bummed out every time someone says, oh, I don't like that, or even the opposite, if someone says it's really good, how do you like not get a big head and like gloat?
Yeah. In uni, I studied animation and visual effects.
Yeah.
And so at uni, it was a big thing that they taught in secular uni about constructive criticism kind of thing. And it's like, people are never like dissing you as a person. They're always just trying to make your work better or give feedback on the work that you've produced. So never like hold like a project that you do so tightly because it's dangerous for your mental state.
What about if it's like a photo of you, say you're on your personal account? How do you like tackle that? Because it's so easy once you get a few likes to be like, I'm the best. Yeah, I'm cute.
Why do we post photos of ourselves anyway? Like, what is the deal with that? We're so weird. People are weird.
I used to hate when my parents used to post photos of me, and now I go and post photos of myself. So you're obviously on social media all the time. So what's the best thing about that? Like using social media in a positive way?
Is the fact that it's not just like restricted to my house. So like if I did an artwork and I just stuck it in my room, like only I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
But social media, it's like somebody across the other side of the planet can like see what's going on in my world if they so happen to stumble across it.
Yeah.
Also, like talking like church-wise, if you post a sick photo, like for me, the goal is to make people feel FOMO for like church. So
Yeah.
if they see the photo and they're like, stink, that looks like sick, like I want to go there, like my job is done, kind of thing.
I actually saw this
Like,
TikTok. Remember I sent it in the group chat, and it's like what people think when I'm at church, and it's like all these like older like buildings, and it's like what it's actually like. It was like a massive like rave.
yeah. So I want people to like see that it is fun.
And what do you think God's trying to say to this social media generation?
I think God's trying to say.
I'm sorry, but
I think that he's trying to say that why did he give us social media in the first place? I've never really thought about that.
I think because it's so easy. Like you can literally just like post a photo, like me and my friends at youth, and people like that's planting a seed. I think it's like the little things.
What do you reckon his like purpose was when he's like he knew that social media was coming? It's like I want people to just see, you know, what the world's doing. I don't know.
That's like the one place where you can connect with everyone.
Everybody,
Like,
yeah.
So if you're posting like a quote, everyone can see it.
I saw this thing, and it's like because it's like quarantine, and it's like, you know, everybody feels like they're an influencer now, or like they think that they can be an influencer on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But like heck yeah, you can be an influencer, whether you've got like 10 followers or you've got 10,000, like 100 million like followers. Like you actually are an influencer, and you have people that are looking to like your sphere. They're gonna see what you do.
Yeah.
So you actually have to like understand that you don't have to have heaps of followers to be an influencer. We're like, you know, we believe in Jesus. Jesus lives in us.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate influencer kind of thing. We're disciples. We're meant to influence. So heck yeah, use your like Instagram to like influence people.
What were you influencing when you posted this photo a couple
Here we
years
go,
ago?
So I am a huge influencer. So this is called Kelly in 2012 in maybe like my first year of uni, where I'm like, I've got it all figured out. This is...
What have you learned since 2012, Kelly, about your worth?
I think like don't take yourself so seriously. It's yeah, I still don't take myself so seriously. Maybe I do it in a more professional way.
Can you redo that face for us?
Oh yeah, easy. Pretty good. Don't take yourself so seriously, kids.
If you want our youth to leave with one thing today about social media and social validation or anything like that, what would you tell them?
I saw something that was really cool that said distance creates distortion. So like you could be looking at somebody and seeing, you know, like their life, and you can look at your own life and think, oh my gosh, my life's a mess. But then you look at somebody else's and it seems like they've got it all together because their feed is always on fleek kind of thing. Like it's just lit. They seem like they've got it together. But yeah, there is distance in there, and if you were in there, like don't be so hard on yourself that, you know, you might be struggling with some things because everybody struggles with things. It's just whether you like...
You put your best stuff on
you do.
social media.
With the whole validation and value, understand that like you are valuable and don't let a like, or I think the more likes you get, the more value you think that you have kind of thing. And then to get more likes, you might do things that lessen your value.
Yeah.
It's like this vortex of value. It's like, I want to get validation from people, so maybe I might unbutton my shirt a little bit more. Maybe I'll like do like bathroom mirror selfies that aren't particularly like G-rated kind of thing. So that kind of builds your value, thinking that it does with validation, but really it lessens your value. So it's kind of like understanding
likes don't equal value necessarily.
Like my encouragement and my cry to people, especially youth, is don't lessen your value to try and find value. Like you are valuable anyway.
Say it to me, please.
Don't lessen your value by doing things that aren't valuable, because you are valuable, and we love you. I love you. Thanks for tuning in to IY2U. It's been awesome to be here. Hope you have, learned something good and taken something away.
Over to Pastor Nathan.
Strut for me, bro. Oh.
Is that recording? Go. Now. Okay, ready? You're next. Go, mate. Ready? Oh, get it? Got it. Alright. Ah! Keep going. Right now. Oh, no! Yeah.
This is the day!
No!
This is the day! Don't at me! Don't at me! That's right, enjoy the next segment.
Yo, what's up, IY2U?
Yo, what?
Tonight I have the Z from the Easy Boys. Hope it's cool for me to say that. Whatevs, I don't care. Love you guys. Do what I want. Hey, yeah, now we got Zane with us tonight. Zane is actually one of our amazing youth interns. And you actually tonight get to learn about the Z behind the Easy Boys. Give us 5 random facts about you, bro.
Random facts. So
Like-
I love people.
Yeah,
I love colourful shirts. Anything vintage from the 90s, I love.
it shows.
I love collectibles. I love socks. Colourful socks as well. So anything crazy, love that.
Yeah.
Not wearing my colourful socks today. Doesn't go
Oh,
with the
that's
outfit.
disappointing.
No, next week. And another fact about me. So I'm recently married.
Oh, amazing. Good stuff.
So things are good.
Yeah,
An
great.
awesome season.
Yeah, awesome, bro. Today we're just going to talk about the effects of social media platforms you were involved in, and I guess some of the funny moments that you had from that. So first question, how old were you when you were addicted to Snapchat?
When I was addicted to Snapchat.
When you became addicted to Snapchat?
I would say when I was 17.
Okay, so fairly recent.
Fairly recent,
Okay.
yeah. When I first came out of high school,
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to do with my life.
Yeah.
Finished school, didn't have any plans for a career, and I started making videos.
Yeah.
From there, I actually walked into the gym.
Yeah, alright.
And I started talking to the guy behind the counter.
Yeah.
Turns out they like people that like to talk.
Oh, there you go.
So
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
So I ended up working there, and from there, that's where my Snapchat took off.
So like working at the gym, like what kind of videos would you post?
Oh man, closing in the gym, yelling out to the members, it's closing time! All sorts of things. I used to get the helium tank out, suck on the helium, and yell at the members with. Actually, our leader Natalie, Pastor Natalie, used to help me close up as well and yell at all the members with helium. So yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
So I imagine that would have a lot of people would have loved that.
They did.
What was your highest streak, bro?
My highest streak, it was up in the hundreds. It was up in the hundreds. Yeah.
Okay. Comment below are those rookie numbers or is this guy professional? I don't know. Oh, bro.
They're rookie numbers.
So, with that would have come it would have made you feel pretty awesome, mate.
It did at the time, yeah. So being fresh out of high school, not really having any direction, not really knowing what I want to do with my life. So in that finding myself season, having validation from other people, telling me that I'm funny or that I'm entertaining,
Yeah.
and that I'm good to be around, at the time filled my ego.
Yeah, right.
And I wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah, mad. And talk to me when all that stuff was going on, did you because in my experience, when I've had things that really fuel my ego and stuff that make me feel good, I need more of it.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
You might get a streak of 100, but you're like, oh no, next is 200, need 300, 400, whatever. How did you overcome that?
That took a lot of time. There's no specific point in my life.
Yeah.
I'd say it was over the years.
Yeah, right.
So because it was a habit that I developed over a certain amount of time, it took even longer to break that. For myself, I think really what the turning point was when I sat down with my girlfriend at the time,
Yeah,
who's
right.
my wife now.
Hey!
Yeah. She had her head screwed on,
Yeah.
and I didn't, so it worked out really, really well at the time.
Yeah, right.
So we sat down and we made a list of just things that I want to achieve.
Yeah, right.
Things like just what I want to do with my life, with my career, and how I'm going to grow myself.
And I mentioned that the online presence and all that sort of stuff, you can kind of pose whatever picture you want to people. You can make it look like you're the richest man in the world, and I've seen a video of a behind the scenes thing where these guys will go to a property that's being inspected, some rich billionaire mansion, and they'll just take random photos of themselves hanging out, and then they'll post it on Instagram, and they get 10,000 likes, and you guys are so lucky, it's amazing you have a house like that. The reality is it's all
It's not. Yeah, no. It's all a show, I guess. With a lot of the stuff that I was posting, if I wasn't happy, I would post and make me feel good.
Yeah, right.
It got to the point where if people wouldn't comment on my things that I posted, whether it was on Snapchat or Facebook, and I didn't get that validation,
Yeah.
I didn't think I was good enough because that's all I knew, and that's where my validation came from.
It's interesting you said, like, you touched on validation, because that's probably where my next question is going to go. So how did you learn to get over that validation? Obviously you kind of set out clear goals, but you know, I guess when you do set out goals, even if you do achieve them, if the validation is not right, if it's not there, it just won't be enough.
Yeah.
So talk to me, like, how did you get over that need for validation, and then where do you get your validation from now?
So in that process of achieving my goals, I was able to become a manager at Woolworths,
Amazing.
which was an awesome experience there. I was able to travel as well. I went to
man.
Melbourne. I wasn't out of the country, but it was somewhere.
Mate, that's great.
Yeah, I bought tickets to the wrong state. It was an Aladdin show, and it was meant to be New South Wales, but we ended up in Melbourne.
Right. That's a fact you should have shared at the start. That's great.
I buy things that are unnecessary and on accident.
Yeah, so tickets to the wrong show in the wrong state. By the way, you're selling 2 tickets to Aladdin if anyone's
If anyone, please, I wasted my money, please take it. If you're watching in Melbourne, they're for you.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
So, once I started achieving those things, just like you said, I wanted more.
Yeah,
and there was fulfillment in achieving it, but that fulfillment was temporary.
Yeah.
Where my true fulfillment and validation came from was actually when I came to church.
Man.
So when I came into church, I grew up in church for a lot of my life.
Yeah.
And my family stepped away from church.
Yeah, yeah.
In and out of the ministry. But when I came in and gave my life to God and put my hand up, I think at the time it was one of the best days, but I didn't realise it was going to be one of the most challenging seasons that I was leading into.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when I did put my hand up and I allowed God into my life, He started to open up doors and opportunities, and all I had to do was step in.
Amazing.
So with that, I started working on my self-development, where I'm going to serve, and in that serving state, I found out what my passions were, things that I'm good at, and just working on those and growing on those.
Yeah, and it's been great watching you on that journey, like, you know, even in this short season where you've come on board and you've jumped in to become, you know, the easy boys, and the need for validation from external things has become more of an internal journey now. And you will live a far more fulfilled life if the validation comes from Christ, which is within you, and then you actually leave people feeling fulfilled and validated.
Very true.
I know for a lot of young people, bro, easy boys is their highlight of the week, man. But like, man, that's what IY2U is all about. You know, it's about guys who are on that journey of transformation and want to, you know, do that. So it's really cool to see that, bro.
I think what's been the biggest privilege is before I would be in that whole area of social media and where my social media presence was, I was doing it for my own benefit and for my own validation to feel good. It's crazy to think that the same thing that at the time I thought that I was good at, I didn't see for another 3 years. I wasn't posting barely anything on Snapchat. I didn't have much presence there. It wasn't until I fully submit myself to God where He brought me back. To put me in front of the camera, but for different reasons and a different purpose. Especially in this season now, where everything's so uncertain and you know, people are cloudy and you know, there's not a lot of joy around. To be able to bring joy to people and not just do that for myself, but do that for the glory of God. There's no greater feeling than that, to be able to serve God and put a smile on people's face.